Hey everybody, before I get today's video started, I just want to say that I'm sorry this is taking so long to come out. School, I just got done with some end of grading period testing, and I also just got a new computer, which is what you're hearing this on. Before I was using a Mac, and now I'm using a Windows thing. So yeah, hopefully maybe my quality goes up, maybe it goes down. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Alright, now let's get into the video. Just a quick disclaimer before I start today's video, there are spoilers for the entire series, so if you haven't seen all the way through, don't watch this video. With that out of the way, enjoy. The Walking Dead is a show you've watched an episode of, a season of, or maybe the whole series 3 times if you're like me. But before we talk about how the show got started, we need to talk about its original medium, on the page. The Walking Dead started out as a comic book by this guy, Robert Kirkman. Remember that name, because I'm going to be saying it a few times during this video. The book was written at a time when Kirkman was between jobs and going to go interview at a local eBay facility. As Kirkman tells it, he would get up, go to work, come home late, and work on the book till 2, 3 in the morning. Go to bed until he had to get up, do it all over again the next morning. He enlisted the help of his childhood friend Charlie Adler for the first 6 issues until an alleged dispute between Adler and Kirkman, with Adler stating he deserved more of the money for his contribution to the series. This marked a tonal shift from Adler to Tony Moore as later artist on the comics from this point until the final issue in June of 2019. To get the book picked up, there are claims that Robert had to tell Image Comics, the publisher, that the zombie apocalypse was caused by aliens, but the validity of that claim still has yet to be confirmed unless you take this tweet as confirmation, which I personally don't. But hey, Robert Kirkman, if you're watching this random YouTube video, drop a comment, we'd like to know. The comic had a bit of a slow start, as any new series does, but at some point issues started flying off the shelves. Sometime in 2008, director Frank Darabont, known for movies such as The Shawshank Redemption and The Mist, came across an issue in a comic shop, fell in love, and allegedly pitched a TV series the next day. The series was quickly greenlit, and the first season was slated for production in late 2009 through early 2010, and was slated for 6 episodes. The series premiered on October 31st, 2010 to an instant popularity, with some estimates reaching 5.35 million viewers on the first episode alone. After the premiere and success of Season 1, Season 2 was quickly written and production began way with reports of AMC wanting more episodes on a smaller budget, and Darabont didn't want to have his art suffer for the sake of profit. This led to the subsequent firing of Darabont within the first 3 episodes of the season, which led to a lawsuit that's still ongoing 9 years later. This is the point where many, including myself, saw a noticeable tank in quality, which tends to happen on a limited budget. Most of the season was spent with the cast spending their time working on the farm, helping gather resources for Carl after he'd been shot in a hunting accident, or looking for Sophia, Carol's missing daughter. It's then revealed that Otis had found her as a walker, stashed her in the barn that Herschel kept a bunch of walkers in case a cure was found for some reason. Otis never got a chance to say this, however, because when he and Shane went out to a pop-up Red Cross station at the local high school, Shane sacrificed Otis to a horde of walkers to get supplies. Overall, the season was mediocre at best, and was perceived as such. This would change with the new showrunners Gail Ann Hurd and Glenn Mazzara, learning from the mistakes of the previous seasons and made Season 3 one of the best, in my opinion. It would remain like this, creating several products such as water bottles, lighters, a couple board games, both of which I have but are in storage, a trading card game, a plug and play which I also own, you can see right here, several massively popular games, except this one. We don't talk about that one. Even a gingerbread house kit for some reason. I don't know, people are weird. The Walking Dead would keep dominating the public zeitgeist with a spin-off show in the form of Fear the Walking Dead in 2015. That was also a smash hit and is currently suffering from the same loss of viewership that its Big Brother did just about 2 years prior, as well as another spin-off entitled The Walking Dead New World. This would all come to a tragic downfall with one fateful encounter with a smooth-talking, leather jacket-wearing, baseball bat-carrying maniac. The introduction of Negan happened in the final episode of Season 6 that ended with a POV shot of some poor soul getting their head bashed in with Lucille, Negan's barbed wire-wrapped Louisville slugger. This had the already dwindling fan base in a frenzy. This was only furthered by a leaked video of one of the most popular characters, Maggie Ree, getting the bat.
Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out and feed it to his father, and then we'll start. You can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
Fun fact, every character in that lineup had a death scene filmed, including the special effects supervisor and producer, Greg Nicotero. Fans had to wait 6 months to find out which of their favorite characters would bite the dust. It turned out to be Abraham. Quick side note, this decision got one of my friends who got me into the series and had several autographed pieces of merch to quit watching the show entirely. The most unexpected part of the episode was with the death of Glenn, a fan favorite who had been with the cast since episode 1, with his death looking like an afterthought, with Negan being the one in focus and Glenn singing in the background just before he gets his eyeball popped out of his skull. Now I can't show this because I want this video to stay available in all countries. This marked the downfall of the series, with many complaining that Negan was only evil for the sake of being evil. Personally, I never really understood this complaint, because I also read the comics, and there's an entire issue explaining Negan's backstory of being a crash gym teacher who's cheating on his wife who has cancer, and has to leave her behind in the hospital. So take what I say with a grain of salt, and go watch it if you already haven't. After the Season 7 premiere, the writers took all the wrong turns, with one such decision being when Sasha, another fan favorite, decided to take a cyanide pill to try and kill Negan in a sort of kamikaze-style attempt on his life. This and several other decisions led to a massive tank in viewership for Season 7 and 8, but then something happened. Season 9 kicked off with a 1-year time skip from the end of Season 8, and it stayed this way until Episode 5, when the writers decided to kick Rick Grimes off the show, showing his infant daughter Judith as a 10-year-old zombie-ass-kicking machine, with her first scene being her saving a group of survivors from a horde. Yes, you heard that right. They took the character they'd spent the last 9 years developing, and just said, yeah, you go over here and make a movie trilogy, the first of which is running over a year late. Most, including myself, thought, man, are they really going to get rid of the only good thing they had left? And we were all proven dead wrong. To me, the reason they did this was to show off how much work they'd put into fixing, so to speak, the rest of the characters. So that way they wouldn't be standing in the shadow of the great Rick Grimes. The actual reason they got rid of him was because he wanted to spend more time with his family, same reason with Steven Yeun, who played Glenn. But, anyways. Since this episode, it looks like the writers have learned how to please the audience, since viewership has continued to climb its way back up to the spot it once was. I like the way that Andre Terba puts it, if that's even how you say it.
Reinvent or retire is as true a statement as I've ever heard. Just because something brought you to a position of success doesn't mean that's gonna continue to work for you no matter what. The world keeps evolving, and if you don't keep your eyes on the moving parts, you're gonna be left behind while new faces catch up and set the bar even higher. Listen, success is not something that happens to you. It's a whole mentality that you need to have before, during, and after you've had your turn in the spotlight. And if you're persistent and clever enough with the moves you make, you get to have another go at it.
The latter half of Season 9 kicked off with the introduction of the Whisperers, a group of survivors who skin the dead and wear their faces as masks to blend in with the hordes and lead them wherever they like and communicate in whispers, hence the name, the Whisperers. The Whisperers have overall been received leagues better than in the comics and proving to be a formidable foe, with the second in command being able to survive a 3-story fall down an elevator shaft. Sorry. Will the show ever reach the same level of popularity? Probably not, because once something has reached its peak, it'll probably never hit that point again, hence the name Peak. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I talked a little bit fast. I'm just excited to get this video out and ready for y'all. Hit that sub button if you did, or not. I can't really force you.